Good afternoon, this is Evan with Build Brothers Roofing and Solar doing a digital inspection out here for a home in Vista. I am on top of a concrete tile roof here. This style of tile is actually pretty rare we see. It's discontinued. As you can see, there's a flat section in the curve of the tile here, so we don't see this too often. And I wanted to point out a few things in this inspection here. So the roof was installed about 26 years ago. It looks to have been properly installed. It was a professional job. You have the tile pans coming on the sides of this original dormer vent. This looks properly installed here. And then you even have mortar that's covering underneath the flashing here. So we like to see that, as well as the ridge board being covered with mortar as well on the ridge. Now this penetration here has cracked over time, very typical. That is an area where water can potentially get through, so I do recommend getting that sealed up. I'll show you another one here where the seal has cracked, which is typical of a roof over 20 years old. So you have that right there. Then you have a tile that somehow got misplaced from this section to here. I'll give you a closer look at what's been going on. So right there, you have the wood decking directly exposed to sunlight. So this will definitely need to get addressed. That is an area of concern I have. You can see how the underlayment there has been completely deteriorated from the exposed sunlight over time. And then on this roof, you also have a solar system installed. These are Hanwha Q cells, 270 watt panels. So these panels, we've had great experience with these type of panels. Solar will be producing just fine. At this point, it was installed in 2017, so not even 10 years of life on them. And whenever we look at solar installations, I want to see the way that the solar was installed. Make sure that the installer used flashings, which they did at the standoffs here. So that all looks professionally done. You can see the cut into the tile and the flashing underneath to protect from water intrusion there. So we do like to see that the solar was professionally installed there. And then on this roof, something I don't see too often is you have a turret here. You have a curved section. And I like the way that they did it because you have these valleys on the sides of them. Normally when I see a turret, there's oftentimes a dead spot here, but you have these valleys on the side that continue up to the top of the ridge here. The valleys have been expanded enough, and we like to see expanded valleys because that allows debris and water to flow freely off the roof here. Now, a lot of the mortar caps have cracked, which is typical of a roof over 20 years old. You can see the crack right here. I'll show you another section right over there. And then there is another section where a tile got misplaced, just like on the back end of the house. I'll show you right here. And same thing, I'm not sure if there was a repair and they forgot to install the tile back into that space, but the wood decking is exposed directly, and that underlayment, as you can see, is tearing apart here. So definitely need to address that. And then for the most important part of a concrete tile roof, I wanted to get a visual on the underlayment. The underlayment is the most important part of a concrete tile roof because that is what keeps the home waterproof. It's the waterproofing mechanism. The tile just goes over the top and it's meant to protect it. So as you can see, this is typical of underlayment that is 26 years old. You can see how dirty it is, how soft and brittle it's becoming. The color has completely worn out. So fresh felt paper underlayment is dark, gritty, and thick. This underlayment has definitely lost a lot of those qualities. but I don't see any tears in the material. I don't see any water staining here, but obviously it is aged. Felt paper underlayment should last anywhere from 25 to 30 years. I wanted to show another sample here before I conclude the video. And there you have it. That's the original felt paper underlayment from this roof installation here. So the underlayment is on the last leg of its life. After this inspection, in my professional recommendation, this roof has another 3 to 5 years left of life expectancy before a full replacement will be required. And so what I'm going to recommend is a full roof tune-up. And the tune-up will be addressing many things. We will be covering and repairing the areas where that tile has misplaced here on the back side, and then on the front side that I pointed out earlier. We'll be resealing all those penetrations that have cracked. We have about 12 broken tiles to replace on this roof. We'll also be resealing the mortar caps that have cracked as well, as you can see. And so the roof tune-up just guarantees that the roof will get the most out of the remaining life expectancy that it does have. And so with a roof tune-up, this roof should be good for another 3 to 5 years before replacement. Thanks for watching. I'll make sure the realtor can see this video. Thanks.